Today I'm fertilizing several of our fruit crops, but before we start I want to talk about calculating how much fertilizer we need. This can often be a complicating step for many gardeners, so I'm going to work to simplify that today. Whenever we conduct a soil test or do research on how much fertilizer a certain type of plant needs, what we find in the literature or the results that we get on our soil test is going to be the actual amount by weight of a certain nutrient. In this case, we'll work with nitrogen, but you will also find the actual amount of phosphorus or potassium by weight per plant. So I'm going to use grapes as my example, and our grape plants need 0.125 pounds of nitrogen per plant. So this is an actual weight, a measurement in weight of nitrogen. So now we know what we need, and we go to the store to shop for our fertilizer products. And I have a couple of different sources of nitrogen here. One is blood meal, and the other is ammonium sulfate. And every bag of fertilizer has these three numbers on it. 1200 here for our dried blood. So this is the percentage of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium by weight in our fertilizer. For the grapes, I'm actually going to use this product, which is 34% nitrogen. So what we know now is that the fertilizer we've chosen is 34% nitrogen by weight. So 34%, if I had a pound of fertilizer, only 34% of that is going to be actual nitrogen. This is the same as 0.34, which is much easier to use when we do our math. So now we know what we need for our plant and what amount of that nutrient we have in our fertilizer. So to determine how much fertilizer we need by weight to achieve this amount of nitrogen, we simply divide what we need, 0.125 pounds of nitrogen, by what we have in our fertilizer, 0.34 pounds of nitrogen. And what we get is the weight, the amount of by weight that we need of our fertilizer. So what we end up with is 0.367 pounds of fertilizer. And this is specific to our 34% nitrogen ammonium sulfate fertilizer. That's close enough to 0.4 pounds that I'm going to go ahead and measure out 0.4 pounds of fertilizer for each of my grape plants.